Hello everyone, welcome back to our next video based on SQL topic. So in this video and within the coming sections we will discuss the basic concept based on SQL and we will try to solve certain questions based on the SQL queries, then join process and the different functions that we can use along with the SQL tables. So that we will discuss within the coming sections. So with the basic concept that we will discuss as the first step. So what is a tuple and what is an attribute? Each row within a table that will be specified as a tuple and each column that we can specify it as a attribute. Each column that will be specified as an attribute and each row that will be specified as a tuple. And what is the primary key? Primary key, that's a field that we will set with unique values. There is no duplicate values within the primary key field and it's not permitted to provide null values within the primary key field. And what is another feature? We can provide only one primary key within a table. That's the main features that you need to remember based on the primary key field. So here we are moving to the first question. This one is the EMP table and here EMP ID, that's the primary key field that we will set with the unique value. And we are moving to the first one. Write a query to display the name of employee whose name contains A as third alphabet in ascending order of employee names. So which are the fields that we need to display there? Only the name field that we need to display, not the entire field. Then whose name contains A as third alphabet in ascending order of employee name. So here we are trying to retrieve the data based on EMP name. Those names contains third alphabet or third character as A. So that's a pattern based matching. So we need to use like clause there. So select EMP name from EMP where EMP name like within single quotes underscore A modulus order by EMP name. Order by EMP name. I will show you how that will be provided. So here you can see select EMP name from EMP where EMP name like within single quotes underscore A modulus order by EMP name. So that's the correct answer. We are moving to the next question based on SQL. Show the average salary for all departments with more than 5 working people. We need to find the average salary for all departments with more than 5 working people. So if any department contains more than 5 members, that particular department's average salary that we need to print there. So how we will do that? That we need to think about it. So which are the sections that you need to use there? You need to use ABG function, that's an aggregate function. And then along with that, for getting the department wise detail, how we will get the department wise detail? We need to provide group by clause there. We need to use group by clause there. And for counter checking whether if any department contains more than 5 employees, how we will counter check it? We need to use having clause for providing the aggregate function as a condition. So having count of star greater than 5. So like that we need to provide the query. So we are moving to the query based on that. I will show you how the answer for that particular question that we will provide. This is the answer for the next question. Select ABG of sal, comma, DEPTID from EMP, group by DEPTID. We are grouping the data based on DEPTID, having count of star greater than 5. So once again, select ABG of sal, comma, DEPTID from EMP, group by DEPTID, having count of star greater than 5. So we are using aggregate function as a condition. That's why instead of where we used having there. Instead of where we are using having there. We are moving to the next question. List the count of employees grouped by DEPTID. We need to count the number of employees within each section based on DEPTID. So how we will do that? That we are going to see as the next step. So how we will provide the query? Select count of star, comma, DEPTID from EMP, group by DEPTID. Select count of star, comma, DEPTID from EMP, group by DEPTID. So We group the content based on DEPT ID and then we are counting the data. So they will print DEPT ID as the department ID and based on the department how many employees that will be printed there. So that's one of the mechanism for printing the number of employees within each department. So we will group the data and after that we will provide the count function. We are moving to the next question. Display the maximum salary of employees in each department. Display the maximum salary of employees in each department. We need to identify the maximum salary in each department. So we need to group the content based on department ID and after that we will find the maximum salary. So we are going to check how we will provide the query for that. So we will provide the query like this. Select max of sal comma DEPT ID from EMP group by DEPT ID. So we are getting the data by using group by clause based on DEPT ID and we are getting the maximum value based on that. So that's the query. Select max of sal comma DEPT ID from EMP group by DEPT ID. So that's the query for doing that particular problem. Then increase the salary of managers by 15%. So all the managers data that we need to update. So for increasing the salary, which command that we will provide for changing the value within the existing table? Update query. Update, that's a query that we need to use there. So how we will use it? We are going to see. We will provide the query like this. Update EMP set sal equal to sal plus sal into 15 by 100. 15% that we are increasing, where designation equal to manager, where designation equal to manager. So like that we will update the data within the existing table EMP. So we are providing the query update EMP set sal equal to sal plus sal into 15 by 100 where designation equal to manager. So like that we can provide the data within the or we can provide the updation process within the existing table. We are trying to change the value within the existing table. So that's one of the mechanism for changing the value. We are moving to the next question. So here we are moving to the next question. So another table here we are using write SQL queries, commands and output for the following queries. So display the names of students who have grade A in either game 1 or game 2 or both. So either within the game 1 or game 2, if anyone scored grade A, that particular detail that we need to retrieve there. So how we will do that we are going to see. So select only the names that we need to display there. So select name from the table name. If the table name is sports, how we will do that? Select name from sports where game 1 equal to within single quotes A or game 2 equal to within single quotes A. So like that we can provide the query for that particular command. So we are going to see how we will provide the query for that. So this one is the query. Select name from sports where grade A equal to grade 1 equal to A or grade 2 equal to A. So like that we can provide the query for that question. And then next question is display the name, display the number of students having game cricket. Display the number of students having game cricket. So here you can see the game with the name cricket. So if any student chosen cricket as their game, that we need to display that. Display the number of students having game cricket. So how we will do that? We can provide the query like select count or start from sports where game 1 equal to cricket or game 2 equal to cricket. So select count or start from sports where game 1 equal to cricket or game 2 equal to cricket. So that's one of the mechanism for providing the query for this question, number of students having game cricket. The next question is display the names of students who have same game for both game 1 and game 2. If game 1 and game 2 contains the same game, then we need to display the name of that students. So how we will do that? We are going to see the answer for that one. Select name from sports where game 1 equal to game 2. where game 1 equal to game 2. If both the fields contains the same value, that particular data that will be retrieved there. That particular data that will be retrieved there. Game 1 equal to game 2. Then we are moving to the next question. Display the games taken by the students whose name starts with A. If any of the student names starts with A, that particular game details that we need to display. Display the games taken by the students whose name starts with A. So how we will do that? That we are going to see. Select game 1 comma game 2 from sports where name like A modulus. Select game 1 comma game 2 from sports where name like A modulus. So that particular detail that will be displayed there. That particular detail that will be displayed there. So the game names, game 1 and game 2 data that we will retrieve there. Then we are moving to the output questions. Select count or start from sports. So how many rows are there in total? That will be counted there. How many rows? 6 rows. 6 rows that's there. So the 6 that will be displayed as the output. So when you are providing the output, how we need to provide it? Within the column, you need to specify the output and you need to set the column name as count or star. Set the column name as count or star. So when you are writing the output, you need to provide the data like this. Within the column, we will provide count or star and then 6. So like this, you need to provide the output for this question. And we are moving to the next question. Select distinct class from sports. Select distinct class from sports. So when you are counting the distinct classes, distinct class means it's not required to print the same class again and again. So 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the data that they will display there for the next question. 7, 8, 9, 10. So like that they will print the data. So that like that they will print the data 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the data that will be displayed there. Then max of class from student. Max of class 10, that will be the data. Max of class, that will be the column name. 10, that will be printed there as the data. As the data. I will show you the answer like this. Here they will provide the column name also. That's also that you need to specify there. Max of class as the column name. Max of class as the column name. Then 10 as the value within the column. So like this you need to display the data. Then count or start from student. From not students, here one mistake within the table. Here sports, that's the table name. Then here count or start from sports group by game 1. So group by game 1. So based on the game 1 they will group the data. Cricket 2 data is there, and then tennis 2 data is there, and swimming only 1, and basketball only 1. So like that they will print the data. So count or start from sports group by game 1. So how that will be printed? Only the number based on game 1. So that will be printed there. So what will be the output for that? 2211. That will be printed there. 2211. We are not printing the game name there. So only the numbers that will be displayed there. So that will be the answer for that question. So like that we can solve the queries based on the SQL table. So this one is an SQL table. So based on we are solving the data. So we are moving to the next set of questions. We are moving to the next set of questions based on store table. So this one is a store table. To display names of stores along with the sales amount of those stores that are located in Mumbai. Display names of stores. Only the names of the stores that we need to display there. So how we will do that? Those stores located in Mumbai only that we need to display there. So select name comma sales amount from store where city equal to Mumbai. Where city equal to Mumbai. Select name comma sales amount from store where city equal to Mumbai. So that's the query for that question. Then to display the details of store in alphabetical order of name. Display the details of store in alphabetical order of name. So you need to use order by clause there. You need to use order by clause there. So how we will do that? Select start from store order by name. order by name. Within ascending order, if you are printing, we don't require to use any concept there. We can directly print it. Within ascending order, we are printing. So select start from store, order by name. Then next one, to display the city and the number of stores located in that city only if number of stores is more than 2. Display the city and number of stores located in that city only if number of stores is more than 2. So we need to categorize the data based on the city. So we need to use group by clause there, and along with that we will use aggregate functions also. So how we will solve it? City and number of stores that we need to display there. So we will provide the query like select city comma count of city from store group by city having count of city greater than 2. Select city comma count of city from store group by city having count of city greater than 2. So that's the mechanism for printing the data based on the group by clause. And then next question, to display the details of store if the names ends with A. Only the name, details of stores that we need to display the details of stores. The entire data that we are displaying there if the names ends with A, with E. So how we will do that? We will provide select start from store where name like modulus E. Where name like modulus E. That's the answer. The next question, to display the details of stores if sales amount includes the values 40,000 to 60,000. If both the values that we need to include there. So how we will do that? Between and clause that you need to use there. Between and clause. Select to display the details of stores if sales amount includes the values 40,000 to 60,000. So how we will do that? We are going to see how to solve it. So we will provide select start from store where sales amount between 40,000 and 60,000. Between 40,000 and 60,000. So that's the query. Then we are moving to the next question. To add one more column phone number to the existing table with the data type string of size 15. We need to change the structure of the existing table. So which clause that we will use for that? We will use alter table command. We need to add one more column. We are not trying to add one more data there. If you need to add one more data, then we will use insert command there. So here we need to use alter command. The reason is we are trying to change the existing structure. So here there is no phone number field. So we are trying to provide one more column there. We are trying to change the existing structure. So we will definitely use which command? Alter table command. Alter table store, then add phone number varchar of 15. Varchar of 15. So that's the syntax for adding one more column. Then next question, to display the city name of stores without duplication. So if we need to display the data without duplication, we will use distinct clause. We will use distinct clause. So this is the query. Select distinct city from store. Select distinct city from store. Then next question, to display the number of shops in each city along with the city name. So you need to count the number of shops based on each city. In each city along with the city name that you need to print there. So how we will provide the query? So we will provide the query select count of star comma city from store group by city. Select count of star comma city from store group by city. So I am trying to solve more questions, then only that will be more effective. So I am providing the question here and I am not going to write that particular thing. I am taking the answer as provided there. So then only the questions, more questions that we can discuss there. So that's why I'm not trying to write it down and show you. I think this particular concept is clear for you. I'm trying to solve more questions. So that's why I'm directly showing the answer. Select min of date open from store. Min of date open. Minimum value that we need to retrieve based on date open. So date open, that's the date field. Store opening date that they are providing their minimum value based on that column. So the minimum value is 2015 to 06. So here you can see the minimum value based on the minimum value within the date open field they are retrieving the data. So the minimum value is which one? The minimum value is 2015 0 to 0, 6. So that will be retrieved there as the minimum value. And then we are going to the next query. Select count of store ID, comma, number of EMP from store group by number of EMP having max of sale amount less than 60,000. So if max of sale amount is less than 60,000, we are grouping the data and we are counter checking whether the maximum sale amount of each employees, group by number of employees. Group by number of employees. We will group the data based on number of employees and we will find the maximum sale amount. We will find the maximum sale amount. If the sale amount is less than 60,000, that particular data that we will retrieve there. So what will be the output for that? We are going to see. This one is the table. So what will be the output? We will get the output as this one. So 1, 7, 110, 111, 15. So they are printing the which data that they are trying to print? They are printing select count of store ID, count of store ID and number of employees and count of store ID that they are printing there. So store ID and the number of employees. Based on the store ID, they are getting the count and the number of employees within each store that will be displayed there. So like this, we can display the data. So that's another example based on the table. So we are moving to the next question set. So here, this one is another question set that we are discussing. Here also the answers directly shown here. So this one is a teacher table that we are using. Can candidate key be the combination of attributes TID and name justified? So is it possible to create a candidate key by using multiple columns? That's the question. So yes, they two together can identify records. So what is a candidate key? All the uniquely identifiable keys including the primary key that we will provide it as a candidate key. All the uniquely identifiable keys including the primary key field, we will provide it as the candidate key. So both the TID and name that we can provide it as a candidate key. So let's provide it together. There is no problem for that. How many primary keys can we set for above table? Only one primary key that we can set in any table. Then write two data types that can be set for attribute TID. For the TID field, which are the attributes? For the TID field, which are the data types that we can provide there? Which are the data types that we can set there? Only character and varchar type that we can set there. Char and varchar type. Then write SQL command to display all female teacher details in descending order of SAL. Write SQL query to display all female teachers. All female teachers detail that we need to print within descending order. So select start from teacher where sex equal to F, order by SAL, descending DESC that we need to print there for printing the data within descending order. So we are moving to the next question. Display the name, salary, bonus of all teachers whose bonus is half the amount of salary. Whose bonus is half the amount of salary. So here we are going to retrieve the data based on select command. Select name, comma, sal, comma, 0.5 into sal. So they are getting the salary data based on half portion, half the amount of salary, where bonus is half the amount of salary, bonus from teacher. So like that, display the name, salary, bonus for all teachers, where bonus is half the amount of salary. So we need to display the salary, bonus and name, and the bonus amount that will be the half of the salary field. So we are providing select name, comma, sal, comma, 0.5 into sal, half the amount that will be taken as the bonus. So that's we set it like this, and here this bonus that will be the column name there from teacher. So like that we can retrieve the data from the table. So that's one of the mechanism for retrieving the data from the table. So here we are moving to the next question. So the table name is graduate and the column names are SNO, name, stipend, subject, average and division. So based on this, we are moving to the first question. Select subject, comma, sum of average from graduate, group by subject. So we need to group the data based on subject. So which are the subject they are providing there? Physics, 3 data that's provided there. And for computer, how many data? Only 2 data that they are providing based on computer. And for chemistry, how many data? 2 data that they provided. Then maths, how many data? They are providing 3 data. Maths also provided with 3 data. So like that, we will categorize the data based on the subject. And after that, we are printing the data like this. They will print the subject name as the first step. So they will provide subject, then sum of average field. So that particular field data that we need to print. So as the first step, they will specify the first subject name, then sum of average. So sum of average means based on the physics subject, they will take the sum 68 plus, then 64 plus one more value is there 63. So 68 plus 62 plus 64. So that particular values that will be added and that value that will be printed here. And then we are moving to the next one, computer science. So that's the next value that they will print there. Then 2 data that they are providing there, 68 and 62. So that 2 values that will be added and that will be printed there. And then the next one is chemistry, that name that will be taken there, and the data within the chemistry field is 62 and 55. So that 2 values, 62 and 55, that 2 values that will be added and that will be taken here. So like that, they will take the data within the output section. So they will group the data of the first step and based on that, they will take the sum of the average field. So like that, they will print the output. And here we are moving to the next question. Select max or stipend, comma, min or stipend from graduate. So based on the stipend field, we need to identify the maximum value and minimum value. So here when you are checking the maximum value, which one is the maximum value? 500, that's the maximum value. And which one is the minimum value? Minimum value is 250. So 500 and 250, that will be printed as the minimum and the maximum value. So they will provide the column names as max stipend and min stipend and they will print the values as 500 and 250. Then next question is select div, comma, count or star from graduate, group by div. So what will happen? They will print the div column and the count or star field that will be provided as the column names, and then they will print the div. The first one is 1 and the second field name is 2. So that will be taken there and based on that, they will print the number of values based on each section. So based on each section, how many values? They will count these particular values as one by one. So here they will print 8 and for the second section, they will print 2. So like that, they will print the data within the output section by using the group by clause. So they will group the data and after that, they will count the number of elements based on the division. So that's the process of finding the output based on the group by. So these are the questions that we are discussing in this video. Rest of the sections that we will cover within the coming video. Thank you.